Thus, driving solo is like showing up to a knife fight with a spoon. It's better to buddy up, right? After a moment of hesitation, she chose to trust him, but he hopped in and immediately showed his true colors. She started yelling at him to get lost or she'd show him her big boy fists. Honestly, he's got moves that would confuse a magician. After a few more choice words, she complied, only for the dude to get his door yanked open by a beefcake before he could even drive. The woman dove into the back seat as survivors busted out to the town's exit. Sadly, the rescue party called it a day, and with zombies making a scene, the military decided to play back. They weren't letting anyone leave, and panic set in. Talk about the survival instinct kicking in. The Asian girl led the charge, with others following, breaking through soldier roadblocks instantly. As the crowd scattered, the Asian girl ran into another beefy guy, giving the carjacker a serious beatdown. She boldly got in the car, Sheng, and easy chase, but the beefy guy accelerated and left them behind. So, our trio teamed up. Just them and their courage, having to hoof it to the gym. Meanwhile, the Asian girl and woman in back eyed the hulking dude suspiciously, fearing. Thankfully, Beefy was just looking to hit the survival jackpot and reunite with his fam. After sharing the water, the women eased up, and the trio whipped out a map like they were about to embark on a treasure hunt to the city center gym. But as they cruised through a small town, a few survivors ambushed them, smashing windows and tossing Molotov cocktails like party favors. The trio was utterly shook. These humans were even scarier than the zombies. Beefy slammed the gas and pulled a quick turn, finally losing those wannabe attackers. Once they found a safe spot, the Asian girl jumped out, discovering a kid spike stuck in the rear wheel. Just as she went to yank it out, a zombie came charging, and she was blissfully unaware. Luckily, the woman in back shouted timely, yanking the bike out before the zombie attacked. Beefy stepped on it, but the zombie was clinging to the rear like it was a free ride. Then it climbed on top, slapping the windshield like it was trying to play whack-a-mole. He was cursing while juggling the gas and brake. He tried to shake off the zombie with inertia, but kept failing, until it grabbed his wrist. But the Asian girl wasn't having it. She grabbed a giant hammer and climbed onto the roof for a showdown. While the zombie was distracted, Beefy hit the gas and cranked it up to 12. He finally flung the zombie off with a wild speed boost, then raced over it like it was a speed bump. They knew zombies were vicious, but one was a handful. The trio was looking for a moment of zen when a pickup truck suddenly appeared behind them. Clearly, they weren't there for friendly chat. Looks like they had their eyes on the gas tank. Beefy cautiously edged forward, only for the pickup to shadow him like a persistent shadow. Time to skedaddle. He punched the gas, but no amount of sharp turns could shake this tail. The pickup speeds up, ramming the SUV, a roadside showdown with insults flying. But neither noticed that the road ahead was completely blocked off. Surprise. Luckily, Beefy and the Asian girl were buckled up and walked away with just minor bruises. But the woman in the back wasn't as lucky. She got tossed out like a rag doll, leaving her a zombie in the making. The pickup driver met the same fate, morphing into a zombie, while the survivors scrambled out like ants on fire. Even after a near-death battle, Beefy wasn't heartless. He waited until everyone scrambled inside before slamming the door like a true gentleman. Meanwhile, Sheng and his crew were hoofing it to safety when they spotted a mom and daughter chilling in the car. Sheng thought about asking if they needed help, but that gun kinda screamed back off. After a few steps, they saw two survivors getting mobbed by zombies, one going down faster than a cheap tent. They quickly joined the zombie ranks and began hunting down the other. It was a zombie buffet. No time to dawdle. Soon, they were at Yishui School, ready to find the zombie lady and call up a night watch. They were about to enter when they spotted a makeshift board barricading the back door. Too quiet for a school, don't you think? With no zombies in sight, they thought all was well and settled into a room to rest, blissfully unaware they had just strolled into. Not too long later, Easy heard ominous footsteps above and pointed his gun at the ceiling like a scene from a horror movie. Realizing either zombies or humans were looking, Sheng woke the sleeping beauties, ready for an immediate exit. As they stepped into the hall, a kid popped up at the end and dashed away faster than a cat at bath time. Worrying for the kid, they leaped into pursuit like action heroes. But the kid was acting super suspicious. Just as they nearly caught up, it spun around and bolted. It seemed like the kid was toying with them, so Hazy decided to stop chasing, suspecting it was a trap. But the mute wasn't getting the hint and headed off after the kid like a dog chasing a squirrel. Thankfully, Ajeng stopped him, proposing they head downstairs to track the kid's shadow instead. If they didn't find any trace of the kid downstairs, they were making tracks out there. They split into 2 teams to search from different angles. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? Aheng and the mute hit up the gym locker room, only to be blasted with a terrible stench leading them to the bathroom. They stumbled upon a few head-holding zombies inside. It was a terrifying sight that nearly made them lose breakfast. Aheng snapped back to reality and bolted after the mute, but the guy was already MIA. While searching, he suddenly heard a kid's cry for help. "Oh boy, here we go." Following the noise, he found it was just the old PA system playing tricks on him. Talk about a classic prank. Just as he tried to leave, the door was locked tight. Just great. A real-life escape room. Meanwhile, the mute was running around like a headless chicken, discovering all the doors were locked. No escape for anyone. If you enjoyed this wild ride, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.